Hello and welcome to Legal Week Careers Q&A in association with Hayes Legal. With me here in the studio is Philippa Bavinton, and we're going to talk about moving in-house. Hello Philippa.
Hi John.
So how can a lawyer improve their chances of moving in-house?
I guess there's several ways of ensuring that you are a very marketable candidate. I think selecting your practice area is key. And what I mean by that is going for a rather generalist practice area. So unless you have a particular desire to continue being a specialist in that area, you're probably better off sticking with private practice as opposed to moving in-house. Another way to increase your chances is to secure client secondments,
Right.
Or several, one or several. I think it comes across extremely well at interview to know what you are letting yourself in for, and know what the challenges of in-house life might be. It also adds an element of confidence on the part of the prospective employer to know that you have tried it, liked it, and want some more. So I think it works both ways. A third element that I would always add is don't leave it too late.
Yep.
It's very easy, especially in a difficult market, to be perceived as institutionalised within private practice. And to avoid that, the optimum time to move in-house for the first time is probably between the 2 and 4 year post-qualification mark. You are useful, or you should be, you know what you're talking about, or you should be, and thereafter you develop within the in-house system. If you leave it too late, it might raise questions as to whether this is your plan B as opposed to your initial and strongest desire.
Right. Now when targeting that move, do you go for the sector or do you go for the practice area in terms of trying to sort of identify the roles you want to take on?
I think that the initial focus should always be on the role, and the industry sector should come second. A good example might be a good generalist commercial role within industry or manufacturing, as opposed to a very high technology company or even media. I think that prepares you best for an ongoing in-house career.
So it's a more broader range of responsibilities and more of a chance to sort of show what you can do.
That is exactly right, and I think the emphasis on in-house from the very first move to general counsel is on the breadth rather than the depth. And that is one of the basic differences between in-house and private practice.
Okay, so assuming you've got that role, what kind of training and development can you expect once you're in place?
It varies a lot with the type of industry and the type of company you join. There are some companies and businesses that have extremely structured and rigorous training programs in place that in many ways replicate what you might find in private practice. Those tend to be the companies that have had the most long-standing legal teams, that have got a very sophisticated legal structure. And more often than not, they're the ones with the biggest legal teams. Other than that, with slightly smaller outfits or legal teams that haven't been running for so long, I think being proactive is absolutely key. It's up to you to use the variety of resources available to you in order to ensure that you continue to develop and keep abreast of legal developments. I think a lot of people forget how important they are as clients or prospective clients once they move in-house. So a lot of the time you get private law firms offering you all sorts of training, workshops, ongoing training that is very, very useful indeed. So take advantage of it. It's there for the taking. I think being proactive, what I mentioned before, is key in terms of also developing yourself professionally, not just technically. And I think most lawyers find that an in-house move does keep them on their toes, as opposed to being in private practice where the pyramid is set out for
so
you.
it's only half the job done once you're in. You've really got to take the initiative.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right.
And so in the first couple of years in the role, what would you say the key challenges are that people face?
I think the by far the biggest one and the most all-encompassing one is the fact that you don't often have the time and the resources to always present the perfect answer.
Right.
And that can be quite a change. There is limited secretarial and admin support, so that might be a big cultural change that in-house lawyers need to adapt to. Another challenge might be the fact that your internal clients will ask you constantly questions and want your advice on matters that you might have no training or prior experience in whatsoever, because you are their legal advisor. And the ability, I guess, to wing it in the best possible sense of the word, sensibly, is something that has got to be learned. Most people love it because it allows them to use the technical training and background in a very commercial way.
Yeah.
But it is something that they've got to get used to. I guess the most important trait to have in facing all these challenges is confidence, and self-confidence in the ability, I guess, faith in your ability to make decisions.
And is it a sort of commitment for life? And I think once you've done it, can you actually say, actually, it's not for me, I want to go back into private practice?
Interesting question. Most people who make the move client side never look back. So I think they go, well, a good first in-house move often leads to moves from strength to strength, right to the general counsel positions. There have been some high-profile returns into private practice over the last couple of years at senior associate level or perhaps partner level, but they do tend to be within very niche areas where the law firms have seen the wisdom perhaps of taking a book of business back in the fold. So you can't count on it, on it happening, but there have been examples where it has happened.
Thanks very much, Philippa. And thank you for watching Legal Week Careers Q&A in association with Hayes Legal.